ABC's Stephanie Ramos joins me live from Memphis with more on this. Stephanie, what more do we know about these officers who were relieved of duty?
Well, we know that the sixth officer relieved of duty is Preston Hemphill, as you heard in the piece, and his attorney says that he did not go to the second location. He was only at the initial stop, and you see in that video where he tries to tase Tyre Nichols, but does not as Nichols runs away. But his attorney also says that Hemphill is cooperating with the investigation. Now, we do not know the name of the other officer who's been relieved of duty, and that's because, as the department says, they don't typically release that information until an investigation ends, and as you know, this one's just beginning. Diane.
Stephanie, we're also expecting to hear from more alleged victims of the Memphis Scorpion unit, the unit these officers were a part of. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the attorney representing the family of Tyre Nichols says that he will hold a press conference later today, and people who say they've been brutalized by the Scorpion unit will speak. We do want to mention that we asked the Memphis Police Department about this, and they did not want to comment on those allegations against the Scorpion unit, which, as you know, has now disbanded. Diane.
All right, Stephanie Ramos in Memphis. Thank you, Stephanie. And let's bring in former NYPD detective Mark Claxton of the Black Law Enforcement Alliance for more on this. Mark, thanks for being on. I know you've worked as a plainclothed and a uniformed patrol officer, as well as an undercover narcotics officer. So given all that experience, what's your reaction? What was your reaction when you saw this video?
I was horrified. It was brutal and sadistic. It was disappointing. It is a clear smear, an additional smear on what was once a somewhat noble profession, if you will. And what we witnessed was a public lynching, which should horrify and disgust anyone who sees it. And I think the investigation moving forward will reveal some additional troubling information.
Mark, how do specialized units like this now disbanded Scorpion unit work?
Usually, and these units are in departments across the nation, usually they pick a particular area that they want to concentrate on. Some units concentrate on robberies. Some units may concentrate on street narcotics. Other units may concentrate, as was the case with this Scorpion unit, supposedly concentrating on violent crime. And they will then deploy plainclothes police officers to address whatever condition that they is supposed to be their specialty. The problem oftentimes with these units is that they lack the adequate supervision, they lack the adequate structure, and how do they then quantify what is success and what is a good job when they have no additional supervisory oversight and the ratios are off. And so these units are problematic. In many communities, they're called jump out boys or midnight marauders. They have a very bad reputation, justifiably, because they too often skirt constitutional protections and violate the rights specifically of Black and brown people, and that can't be ignored.
Mark, Tyre Nichols' family is calling for more of these officers to be fired and to be charged. You say you think the investigation is going to unveil more wrongdoing here. Do you think it'll bring more charges? What do you mean by that?
I think this investigation will begin to spread out. There'll be additional people who perhaps will be either witnesses or possible defendants. I think there'll be additional information as to what was the impetus for the initial interaction with the police and Tyre. So I know these investigations, we're at the early stage of it, and they're very dynamic. They can have many shifts and many turns. And I suspect this investigation will be no different. It will have significant turns, and we can expect for it to be expanded beyond where it is right now.
All right, Mark Claxton of the Black Law Enforcement Alliance. We appreciate it as always, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.